What is up, guys? Chaos Kicks here, coming to you with a brand new video. In this video being a sneaker performance review on the Nike LeBron 14, this being the BHM colorway. Let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the most important thing in most people's eyes, maybe not everybody, but that's traction. And usually you just want to, be able to stay on the court. You don't want to be sliding everywhere. That's one of the most important things that people look for when they buy a basketball shoe. So traction on the LeBron 14, it's like this digi camo type pattern on the bottom. Nothing too crazy, more storytelling than it is for performance, because obviously herringbone is the best traction you can have. But they didn't do that for the shoe. But anyways, on performance, it's fairly good. It's not the best, obviously. It does pick up a good amount of dust, but this is a translucent outsole, so that could be, obviously affecting that, but I'm not sure how solid. Rubber outsole will perform. I wouldn't think too much different just because this pattern isn't the greatest. That's probably why. But you do get a pretty good bite though with the shoe. Like you're gonna have to wipe after every 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 plays, whatever. But it gets a good bite for the shoe. So traction is pretty good on the shoe. And if I had to give it a score out of 10, it'd probably get an 8 from me. So next up is cushion, and I believe this is the second most important thing when it comes to shoes and what people look for. So obviously you want a comfortable shoe when you're in the court. So the LeBron 14, it's a full Phylon midsole, and then it has 4 zoom units, individual 3 hex pods, and then 1 fat heel zoom unit. So you got your hex pod units right here, 1, 2, and 3. This one's you really don't feel this one. It's kind of just there just to be there. They probably could have implemented it somewhere else, but they didn't, so whatever. But the heel zoom unit is super fat, and you do get a good amount of feel from that. So you do get actually a good amount of response with this cushion as well. So it's not like a shoe that has a crap ton of zoom, but you're off balance and you're you don't really get that court feel. You do get a lot of response and court feel with this shoe compared to some other models that have such a fat zoom unit, because this is one of the most big. I don't know if that even made sense, but this is a very big zoom unit in the shoe on the heel part. Almost as big as the KD9, if not bigger. It was pretty close, I can't remember exactly. But overall, cushion is pretty good on the shoe. I'd give cushion 9 out of 10. I like the cushion setup in the shoe a lot. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty good, and it gave you your cushion and your response, and that's really what you need. You need a good combination of those to be able to have a good shoe on the court. So on to the materials on the LeBron 14. The main base of the upper is this foam back mesh, and it's really nothing special. You got some small amounts of leather around the toe right here, if you could see that, but just the whole body of the shoe is really foam back mesh, and it's a cheap material. So the fact that you're paying $175 for this shoe and you're only getting foam back mesh, that's nothing too crazy. Like, they got these on their Nike's cheapest models have this material. So the fact that the LeBron 14, which is Nike's highest priced shoe, signature player shoe, I believe the Kobe's are $160. I mean, obviously the Kobe Elites, but when they dropped the 14 Elites, those would be even more. So the fact that these are the highest priced shoe, and you're getting a cheap material, it's pretty sad. Obviously it's durable material, so if we want to get into durability right here, it is pretty durable, so that is a good part. But the fact that it could be something better, not even necessarily flying it, but it could just be some type of performance woven or something. They just decided to give you some cheap foam back mesh. So it's not a bad material. It does get the job done. It does what it needs to do. But it's just the point that $175 and you're not getting what you should be getting. That's the problem with materials. So materials get a 7 out of 10. It's not a bad material. It gets pretty soft. It forms to your foot pretty well. But it's just the point that you're spending so much money and you're really not getting anything that it's worth. But and then if we wanted to go off of durability, because I did sort of mention that the shoe is pretty durable. It has its flaws, but it also has its ups, so ups and downs, whatever. The problem with durability is I feel like the traction isn't the most durable thing. The little pixel camo things, they got these little nub things sticking out, and those do fall and fray off pretty easily. And then the foam back mesh is durable, so that is the up for the shoe. But overall, durability gets an 8 out of 10. Nothing too crazy, but it's not bad. Alright, so next up is support and lockdown. So you need to have a supportive shoe. You don't want to be breaking your ankles all the time, rolling your ankle. You want to have a good supportive shoe that allows you to move well and allows you to obviously be stable and grips your ankle good, and not even just your ankle, but just a supportive shoe in general. So the materials on this are very supportive. That is the good part about these materials. It's just, like I said, the price and what you're getting. They can do better, but the materials are very supportive, so that is a good thing. Obviously this is a low compared to most of the other LeBron models, which are at least mids, some being highs. This is a low, like a mid-low. It's a little bit higher than a low, but it's still a low. So obviously you're not going to get your full amount of ankle support, the fact that it is a low, but it does offer a better amount of like ankle support compared to the KD9, for example. The KD9 is obviously lower, if you can see. So it does give a better amount of ankle support, but the problem is, if you got a small foot like me, I have a super narrow foot. Your foot is sliding everywhere in the shoe because you have to have a fat ass foot to fit the shoe properly. Like, these are super wide, so around the ankle, it's bad. Like, my foot is moving up and down all around, and the problem is, Nike's new thing, they don't want to put tongues in their shoes. They just want to put the straight one booty upper, and they felt that, oh, maybe the strap right here, it would add support. Well, it did add support, but it didn't added support around, like, the forefoot area and up around here. It didn't give enough support for this ankle area. So you're getting a lot of heel slippage. You didn't have much forefoot slippage at all. That was all locked up. But this heel slippage area, if you had a narrow foot, you were done. Unless you had a fat foot, where that fat foot, no offense to you fat-footed people, but that was going to keep you locked in. But if you have a small foot like me, you're done. This shoe is not. That's what threw this shoe off. If this shoe had better lockdown, it wouldn't be a bad shoe. I'd wear the shoe more than I do. I only wear the shoe a couple times just because my foot is constantly slipping in and out, and that's the bad part. But other than that, I mean, lockdown and support is pretty good. It's just that whole heel area, and that's what throws it off. And lastly, we always got to throw in how I feel about how the shoe looks, and this shoe is beautiful. This is one of LeBron's best looking models ever, in my opinion. Obviously, it does have a more basketball feel to it than like some of the past models, like the 9, the 10. Those are more of a lifestyle, casual look to them. Obviously, they're still basketball shoes, but these, you could tell that they put more like of a basketball look into these compared to, like, for example, just Nike's specific basketball shoes. These are very similar to those, and just material wise, which gives it a look. But overall, they're a really dope shoe, and if you are just looking for a nice shoe on the court, this isn't a bad option at all. This shoe is super nice. The price for the materials and the performance doesn't add up to $175, but in my opinion, looks definitely matches that $175 price point. This is a really nice shoe, especially with this colorway, this BHM colorway. You got your hints of black and gold, or your hints of gold around them. You got around the swoosh, you got around the other side of the swoosh, you got them on the laces, and it just, the gold and black and white just makes it perfect. Then you got your icy outsole. But looks are definitely the best part of the shoe. Like, compared to performance was okay, but looks give it a boost. Obviously, this is supposed to be a performance review, but you got to throw in how the shoe looks, and I think the shoe is dope. So that is one of the main reasons why I got the shoe. Obviously, I wanted to test it out for performance because I really thought it was going to be a good performer, but it wasn't. But the looks really helped me pay that $175 price point for it, and that's why I got them. Alrighty, so that is the performance review on the Nike LeBron 14. Let me know what you guys think. It was a fairly overall good shoe. I don't know if I said before, but I would give like lockdown and support. That gets like a 7. Nothing too crazy. It's not that good. But overall, this shoe is decent. It has its ups and its downs, like I mentioned before. The ups being it's durable, pretty durable, and your traction isn't horrible. Cushion is pretty good in my opinion. Your downs are lockdown and support aren't the greatest, and the materials aren't really worth what you're paying for them. So, what are you gonna do about that? I don't know. You bought it already if you did buy the shoe, sorry. But if you didn't, there are better options. The KD9 is a pretty close shoe. Cushion is a little better in the KD9. Traction is worse in the KD9, but materials are definitely better. So if you wanna, I'd take the KD9 over this shoe any day, just because the materials are so much better and, whatever. But that's for another video, maybe, I don't know. LeBron 14. Not worth the price, but it does get the job done if you are looking for a nice shoe, and looks on the shoe are fantastic. So that's why I feel that it could be better, but what are you gonna do? It's a LeBron model. It's Nike's biggest athlete, unless you want to count Jordan, obviously. So whatever, they had to put it at 175. They wanted to get their money, and they are doing fairly well in the market. So I don't know what that means, but performance wise, overall performance-wise, a grade out of 10. They'll get a 7.5 out of 10 if I had to give it to them. Nothing too crazy. That's a 75% if you didn't know how to do math, and that's a C, straight out C. So average, nothing special, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Comment on what you think of the LeBron 14 and what you feel about this performance video. I may or may not do more performance review videos in the future. So let me know what you guys think about that. This is Chaos Kicks, as you know. We're out.